Hi, my name is Amy Pavlina. I'm going to do a series of videos to show how to implement a lesson for Passport to Social Studies, Grade 4, Unit 3, Day 1. In my last video, I showed you how to access TeachHub and make a copy of materials for Grade 4, Unit 3, Day 1 from TeachHub. Today, I'm going to show you how to find the copy, and we're going to go over the different parts of this lesson. The first thing that you're going to do is create a new assignment. You could do this by hitting Create in your Google Classroom. And you're going to click on Assignment. We click on Assignment because you're going to post some information that's going to be for synchronous instruction, and some information is going to be asynchronous for students to do independently. The next thing I like to do is title my lesson. Now, I'm ready to find those copied materials from TeachHub in my drive to add to this lesson. In our next video, we're going to show how to split it up for synchronous and asynchronous instruction. But today, it's really important that we get over the different parts of the lesson and what you need to really understand what's going to be within this lesson to teach it. So you're going to hit Add and go to Google Drive. Once I'm in my Google Drive, I'm going to see my recent downloads, and here is my lesson. I click on it, and here it is for my use. I'm going to open it up, and let's see what's inside this lesson. All right, so the first thing that I'm met with is a for teachers slide. This title is going to give me the unit launch perceptions. This is the title of the lesson. And the focus for this question, my teaching point, is going to be how did Native Americans, Europeans, and Africans interact with one another in early New Amsterdam, New York? So this is the real focus guiding question for the unit of study. The next thing I'm met with in this lesson is materials and resources. And this is giving me a rundown of everything that's going to be within these next slides for both synchronous instruction and asynchronous instruction. So this note to teachers is really giving me the rundown of what I need to accomplish for this lesson for my students to move forward within this unit. So I see that this is an introduction, and I need to have students analyze photographs. I can have them analyze both photographs, or I can have students choose one and bring them back together to jigsaw information about what students need and what they're capable of in order to best fulfill what they need and their background knowledge for the word perceive in order to move forward. So it's really, this slide is the real meat and potatoes of the lesson, because you're going to see what you really need to accomplish for them to be successful in this lesson. And since this lesson is a kickoff to Unit 3, this is the most important thing they need to know. They need to know what perceive means. Because slide 3, this is going to give me a guide for instruction. It gives me some suggested synchronous activities. So the slides within this lesson are very helpful as a way to guide your practice. When I go to the fourth slide, now I'm seeing some asynchronous activities. These are the activities that you're setting your students to do independently. So some activities that we see are reading and listening to text excerpts from one point of view. Again, that perceptions, that's the main point of this lesson. Maybe they're highlighting words, phrases, and sentences. So it's a good thing to preview each lesson and look to see what's being included. Last time on TeachHub, we saw that there's a lot of additional materials that are provided within each day for the lesson. You have the slides as well as the materials that are being given to you. So I see the instructions with the introduction and model. So I can do this many different ways. I'm also going through the slides. I see that there's opportunity for text, either for me to type, or maybe students are doing this in a small group with you facilitating. Another big thing is a lot of these documents have hyperlinks for students to see a bigger picture of it. As I'm going through, I notice that it's color coded as well. I have the yellow for the teacher set, and now the green is the independent work. And one thing I noticed when I was implementing this with my class is that these slides have a lot of scaffolds embedded for your students. For example, there's a text audio box on the slides with long text that needs to be read for your students to have as a support to support them through independent work. You need to really set your students up. And then finally, I have my wrap-up slide. This is going to be for you to use to bring your groups back together after they've done their independent work. And our last slide is a check for understanding that you can use as an exit ticket for students to gauge their understanding of perceptions. So today we've gone over how to get the slides into an assignment in Google Classroom. In our next video, we're going to see how can we split the slides into asynchronous work and synchronous work and how you can present it to your students.